years before Jeff ever imagined breaking ground at the preserve, he was involved in a rigorous effort to engage the public in the design process, and that brought to the table a veritable who's who of Las Vegas history, education, and ecology.
We had about 35 different community workshops, and those workshops ranged from everything from the Daughters of the Mormon Pioneers to the Clark County School District, to the Audubon Society. And they said, how are we going to develop this project? And they said, well, you can either lock the gates, walk away from it, let future generations figure out what to be, let it be a preserve, or you can go and compete with Las Vegas Boulevard and make it a Las Vegas Epcot Center. Well, about 75% of the groups ended on a concept called the Crossroads.
And embodied by a central feature called the Crossroads Commons, where on one hand, visitors can travel back in time to the ancient and immediate past of Las Vegas at the Origin Experience Museum.
We're going to go into the origin. We're going to learn about how we actually become native Las Vegans. How do we live here? How did this town get started in the middle of the hottest, driest desert in North America?
With these many dilemmas in mind, guests can then turn on to another branch of the Crossroads and head toward the near future of sustainable design made real on the campus of the Desert Living Center.
The Desert Living Center is a three-dimensional architectural exhibit. It is an interactive working laboratory designed to educate about green design.
And it is a complex that has earned the supreme National Green Seal of Approval.
Leadership in energy and environmental design is a green rating system, and it's measured by being certified silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, there was 69 credits in a rating system ranging from indoor air quality to sustainable sites to materials and resources.
It is one of the highest rated platinum structures in the world because of its forward-thinking architecture, along with Jeff's wise reliance on time-honored sustainable traditions and what is enduring in the natural world.
Everything you'll see in the Desert Living Center is, and I don't lie, I've stolen it from somebody else. Okay? I've stolen something from some other desert culture, some other native tribe that lived in a desert that was like this, looked at biology, the mesquite trees, the desert tortoise who burrows in the ground. All those became elements in forming what these buildings became.
But Jeff has shaped them into novel forms with liberal applications of ingenuity and his own sweat equity.
This is actually rammed earth. This is dirt. This is dirt put under an immense amount of pressure to create thermal mass. And you go, how can dirt do this? Well, this becomes sedimentary rock under the right amount of pressure, the right chemical mixture, and it becomes a building material. I actually rammed this wall, and you can see my body mass down in two forms, 12 foot deep. I rammed with 3 other guys, and they go, if you're going to design these, you need to know what it feels like to be inside one of these. So I was down here with loose dirt coming into my hair, a little tiny pneumatic rammer, and I learned about claustrophobia real quick.
Of course, that wasn't the only thing he learned while designing and constructing some of the most advanced yet natural buildings in the United States. Even the preserve's signature structure, the Rotunda, is dense with meaning and method, and a combination of Native American architecture and the valley's topographical features that are oriented to the desert elements.
This is our geological mountains. The 2 high points of the mountain actually mark from the center the summer solstice, sunrise and sunset, because we're celebrating the power of the sun and what it can do for us. When the winds are blowing out of the south-southwest, typically through spring and summer, okay, this works catching wind blowing off the top of these buildings, catches that as a wind scoop, forces air down the face through these cooler, damp openings to not have static air and get air movement. And what happens to the wind in the winter? It usually turns to the north, comes from the north, and this now works as a giant wind breaker, pushing wind around the space. And when the sun's out, that concrete heats up all day long with a low sun and becomes a giant heat sink, radiating heat from the concrete at night.
While he revels in the monumental, Jeff also enjoys joking about the acclaim he's received for turning wastewater treatment into an engineering and botanical art form.
All right, this is our kind of termination point in more ways than one. This is where my tour gets dirty. This is a completely lined wetland. It takes all of the black water and all the sewage and gray water through this entire property. It polishes black water sewage back to drinking water levels, And if it goes back of house to feed gardens, it's not chlorinated. If it comes back to the buildings, it's chlorinated and runs back in to flush all the toilets. So no sewage ever leaves the property here.
It's just one of the features that inspired VIP member Jeannie Wilcox to add to her sustainable wish list.
I wish I had to build a house all over again, because I would have done a lot, you know, you would do a lot of things different. And anything I buy from now on, I'm going to say, what's this made of?
The VIP tour was also a welcome crash course in Las Vegas lore for a novice from Boston like Tom Strange.
The thing that really impresses me about this, the whole aspect, is the amount of design beauty into the whole thing. It's not just, you know, a box that has, you know, environmentally good stuff. It's really a beautiful sculptural piece.
Especially when it's brought to life by Jeff Roberts, a champion of everything the Springs Preserve stands for.
He's a fantastic man, I'm telling you. I'm glad we have people like that.